neighborhood of Washington, D.C. It's a sports bar. He's a frequent there. They know him by name. They know how he likes his buffalo wings. The whole deal. He leaves in the early morning hours. And then takes a somewhat circuitous walk back home. He tries to reach his father. Doesn't. He speaks to his girlfriend twice. Once for almost exactly an hour and a half. Another time for about 3/4 of an hour. At the end of the second call, she hears some sound that concerns her. And he says, "Don't worry, I'll be fine." He gets off the phone. At about 4:20 in the morning, Seth Rich is shot in the back twice. There appears to have been.
Do you know who this guy is, Seth Rich? I'll tell you later.
Face and his wrists. Security cameras nearby don't capture who did this to him, but they show you lights essentially scuttling away.
That was the beginning of a story which has since spiraled way out of control.
The murder of Seth Rich shot in the back, left for dead.
Seth Rich is the dude that people like, shit, what's your Persian friend's name? She lives in LA now with the sister. Roya think Hillary Clinton killed. That's what people like Roya will say.
Roya will say?
Yeah. No, you'll see.
And there was a note on the front door. Call DC police. You don't want to give us any real information. And I asked him, "Is this really bad now?" And he said yes. So I said, "How bad?" He said, "Your son was murdered last night."
I believe my problem was dropped to the floor. Because it made no sense. It made no sense. Why would anyone choose my son? I think my life ended right here. Who was he?
Sense emerges from the Metropolitan Police Department that was a robbery gone wrong.
We are aware of the robberies from that particular area, and we also see commonalities with the robberies in our area.
This neighborhood had a fair degree of crime in it over the years, and actually had homicides there within the previous year or so. There had been shootings there.
He's from Nebraska. He came to Washington to get involved in politics. He wanted to make the world a better place. He was murdered about a block and a half from his home.
This was a pretty big local story. You have a young man who was working for the Democratic National Committee during the presidential election year.
In July 2016, the presidential election was getting really heated and nasty.
It's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into a war just because somebody got under his very thin skin.
Hillary Clinton is a weak person. Hillary Clinton is totally scripted. Hillary Clinton is a thief.
We have received more votes from people under 30 than Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump combined.
Due to stuff went to the DNC, people almost immediately started speculating that he was killed for political reasons.
Our little guy with the haircut that never quit. on the west side.
Where did you grow up?
Well, he grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. He loved to joke. He loved to make people laugh. He felt that was an excellent way to start communication.
In like 8th grade, he was taking some speech classes and maybe some starting debate. That continued strongly in high school, where he would watch C-SPAN for fun, which is a day in high school.
At a very, very young age, he could tell me every congressperson, every senator, every governor, what they stood for, what the policies were. His whole heart and soul was into voter registration and getting the registration right.
How do we get better access to data that tells us why ballots are rejected, why ballots
Yeah.
are cast in provisional?
I'm pretty sure.
Every person should vote. That was part of
Are you having fun? Do you like doing this stuff?
And here's the thing with an all-American kid, it would be
I was covering politics for a local weekly, and so initially we saw the Separate story as a straight-up murder that was mysterious, that was unsolved. And then as I was also consuming sort of my side job, writing media, going on forums like the Domino and stuff like that, I was seeing all these mentions of Seth Rich, and I thought, oh, the guy from the Boston robbery?
Conspiracy theories tend to pick up in traumatic moments when there's something that is difficult to explain or difficult to come to emotional terms with. People are susceptible to conspiracy theories because we naturally, as part of the pattern, we look for recurring signs that help us explain things that are happening in the world.
The Democrats, all these emails were released, and it shows that the DNC had not played exactly neutral between Bernie Sanders' more insurgent campaign and Hillary Clinton's more establishment campaign.
The Democrats get ready to start their convention. Emails from the Democratic National Committee now show that Sanders may have been right all along, with the party and stumble on the scale for Clinton. WikiLeaks, the internet watchdog group, 20,000 emails from 7 top DNC officials during primary season.
There were also a lot of other emails that got out there. Emails about trading recipes, personal jokes and things. In the days after Seth Rich's death, there is an SBR report. The SBR is essentially a Russian intelligence outfit. It has put out a bulletin, essentially fraudulently, as though it believes that Seth Rich was going to meet in those very early morning hours, July 10th, 2016, with FBI agents. But it turned out that the FBI agents were paid killers, and it looked like those killers might in some way be associated with Hillary Clinton. That's the claim. And then it appears.
Ask Soha. I said ask Soha. I'm kidding. I don't know. They made it up for whatever reason.
like, did he have any power or influence?
Nah, he just works for her.
This website, whatisitmean.com, posted this bulletin put out by Russian foreign intelligence. The guy who founded the whatisitmean.com website was sort of semi-infamous for having tried to hijack a plane when he was like 14 years old, and then gained some notoriety for having a dream about another plane crashing in very specific terms.
Everybody talks about a dream, but yeah, never really has dreams. I couldn't count a dream I had.
A few days later, there was a plane crash that very closely resembled what he had drawn. So he was like all over TV as like the psychic who could predict these terrible events. Then he sort of laundered that then into this website, very much focused on elevating different conspiracies and a long history of seeming ties to Russian intelligence sources. He posted a reference to the trove of emails that Russia had before this was broadly public knowledge.
His site serves as a clearinghouse for Russian disinformation as they were flooding in things put out there. These claims start to metastasize, and particularly grow wild on 4chan and subreddits.
In the aftermath of Separation Hdab, this idea that he was murdered by the Clintons or some sort of cabal is really still sort of bubbling on the fringes of the right. It hasn't been embraced in a major way. And then joining us on WikiLeaks, who goes on a Dutch TV show.
This is what we're going to continue efforts to get us material on the first fingers. Like you said earlier on, my works for the DMC, we got in the back murdered just 2 weeks ago, one unknown reason that was announced pretty much. So
That was just a robbery.
no, there's no fine. So
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that our sources take risks and they become concerned to see things occurring like that.
But what's one of our sources?
We don't comment under our sources.
Why make the suggestion about the young guy being shot in the streets of Washington?
Because we have to understand how high the stakes are in the United States.
Julian Assange is very cagey about it, but the implication is that Separation was a source for WikiLeaks.
At 10:50 in the morning, I got a call from Washington Post reporter saying WikiLeaks has just offered a $20,000 reward for information about Seth's death. What are your comments? It's like no comment.
There are rumors swirling all over the place as to why WikiLeaks would have an interest in this murder case.
Our sources take serious risks. That's why they come to us, so we can protect their activities.
Well, it's like something to suggest to me that that's basically what you're doing.
This is laying the groundwork for people to say that Separation was involved and believe in these emails.
We know now that that is completely untrue, and yet if we find amongst the presidential campaign that we are spread to their facts.
As one example, there's a Tennessee GOP Twitter account that purports to represent Republicans in the volunteer state. It's actually run by folks on behalf of Russians, and it is sowing as much discord towards Democrats, towards Hillary Clinton in particular, as possible, and it seizes on these allegations that somehow Steph used it in a meeting with the FBI because he was tortured conscience and wanted to reveal dark truths about Democrats and Hillary Clinton.
Remember, the Clintons were blaming all that on Russia. And it was some Russian conspiracy, they were trying to get Trump in, all these kinds of things. Julian Assange on Danish television, perhaps saying, not so quick.
It raised right before this started. Do you think it's going to have any impact?
Well, it's obviously already had an impact. When we started this convention, we're already having fashion, conflict, and chaos.
Party chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigning after WikiLeaks released thousands of internal Democratic National Committee emails. This is exactly the kind of tension that the party was hoping to avoid here.
It's useful to those who would disrupt Clinton's campaign or to happen at this time. But in fact, Assange receives these huge tranche of emails 4 days after Separation's death. The timing doesn't align. And then,
Some of the emails at one point were modified to have their dates changed in a way that was more consistent with Separation's death. They were released about 5 days before he was killed.
I promised my son I would find this murder, and the best time to do that is now.
We need more help. Somebody knows something, and hopefully with the $125,000 reward will allow someone to come forward to give us a
$5,000, and the graciousness of Jack, $100,000.
I can tell you, we'll never go into the cold case file. This is not as long as I'm alive. When I saw the story about Seth, the heartbreaking story, all I could think of was my mother getting the call, the very rich guy.
Jack Bergman is a truly bizarre character in Washington. He's a very publicity-hungry lobbyist who is ostensibly conservative, but seems to be willing to sort of attach himself to any cause that will give him publicity. Before this, he had jumped on a cause. He had attempted to get gay players banned from the NFL because that was in the news. And then he sees in the Seth Rich case, I believe, a chance for more publicity for himself.
Conspiracy entrepreneurs are people who take a tragedy and use it for their own gain. These are people who will promote a false narrative, often knowingly, because they know that they can get money and attention from it. Jack Bergman probably does fit into the schema of people who rush to the scene of the disaster and promote themselves as the authority and work to subvert the truth of an event.
So why did you decide to get involved in the Seth Rich case at all?
I just, like I said, I really took a liking to Seth. I felt he was a great little guy. Everybody said wonderful things. We checked into him. Everybody had said on both sides of the aisle so many great things about him. And that's one of the reasons I got involved. This is a strange crime in that there exists currently no theory of the case. I don't even know where I have decades. Well, I don't know that. I don't believe there's much evidence of the robbery. That's just plain wrong. My friend, you have a second of sorry about policeman I have works with the investigation.
It became very, very clear that what Jack was actually interested in was to be a central figure in the narrative around the murder. He wanted the spotlight.
The group of George Washington University grads who they have spent the past few months probing to Rich's death.
GOP lobbyist Jack Bergman would put up $105,000 of his own money as a reward to help solve the murder. He's also funding the profiling project.
Profilers have become investigative agents. We're trying to figure out persons of interest in any areas that the police may have overlooked.
We were approached by a number of people. I had a guy who claimed to be the CIA, and he claimed that he had been approached by someone who claimed that the Russians killed Seth. In early 17, we reported that to the news. All right, break down.
It's just a robbery gone wrong.
It's a morbid subject, but it's a hopeful subject because there is some progress. It's my job to bring closure to the family. That's what I'm trying to do. We get a lot of crank calls in this type of role, and then this sort of stuff before it's just part of the job. But I think I have something incredible here. Was approached by a guy who styles himself as a former U.S. intel officer. I quizzed him. I think he's incredible. You never know motive of people. But what he said is basically that Seth discovered that the Russians had been hacking, and therefore the Russian government did away with Seth.
And in return, he would take over the media narrative from the parents in ways that were very unhelpful, and it became very, very clear that he was doing much more harm to both the parents as well as Seth's lives.
We are a simple family in a lot of crisis. What the hell is all this crap coming at us? We had agreed that everything he was going to say or do would come through us because we are all to be honest. We're not going to play. This is my son's life.
I don't think the rich family liked that I did that, but that was my commitment to put out each and everything that came to us. That was just a tidbit that came to us, so we put it out there. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Well, he was true enough for you to put it out there. What evidence, was there any evidence with that statement?
The only evidence was I found the guy incredible.
Why would the Russians want to kill Sedgwick?
I don't know. I really don't know. You could probably find 100 different theories about that. I'll be very honest, I don't want to jump ahead, but we investigated this. As you know, we put out an 8-page document of the profiling project. Actually got authored and he did a good job. Turned out he was a little nonsense, and that was where Kevin Doherty. He actually shot me. You may know this. 2 years after that, he shot me. He turned out he got
shot in the butt? And like, it didn't,
I currently have 3.5 bullets in me. One in each butt cheek, one in the leg, and then another cracked in the bullet. Doherty uncovered a report that there had been an FBI truck wrong ammunition and certain weapons about 60 minutes before Seth was shot. And it was in the same vicinity within a half-mile radius of that. I felt that this was something that should be put out there. For some strange reason, Doherty didn't put that out. I said, well, Kevin, look, I respect you, you're a great professional, but I've made my decision here. That changed the relationship between me and Kevin Doherty. This guy who had once been our star all of a sudden deteriorated mentally. We had words one day, nothing too serious, but then he went away. So I started getting emails on Proton email. I should have been suspicious. Turned out to be Kevin Doherty, that he was masquerading as some guy in the FBI, a fake name, Ryan, some fake name, his fake name. He then started giving me documents. He was always on the documents.
Leave? Oh yeah, I was gonna go be productive. I was gonna go be productive, but now I'm in first, or I'm battling to win, so productivity has changed.
The only reason I'm here alive today was because of my little dog, Jack Livingston. He didn't think it was me because I wasn't in his suit. I was all messed up, and I had the dog pressed to my face. He pulled the rifle back. That's the only thing that's safe. Because what happened next is he then realized it was me. He grabbed the documents, hurried out as I did. By the time he boom, he hit me in each butt cheek and twice in the leg. And then the dog, bullet box, hit the dog in the paw. And so I'm running down with the baby's bleeding. I'm bleeding. He then tries to run me over. I threw the dog as I was running because I wanted to save the baby. I thought I was dead. I thought because the thing's coming at me. I blow the hole at the last minute. He hits a speed bump. Boom! Pops him up. And slows him down with just enough force that only thing he did was about destroy the bottom part of my left arm. Which almost
I never heard of him, but yeah. This guy's obviously a con man.
He turned away, right? Drove away. But I think he did nonetheless. I think he did a fine job of putting out the report.
A report just issued. The profiling project says the murder was more likely committed by a hired killer.
It's a possibility. A proficient killer is what we think.
As the case rolls out the news, he starts getting more and more outraged. And so Jack Workman says, well, we're going to have a recreation of the murder. What do you guys want? What's something going on? He builds this really sort of half-cocked amateur, favor, which, is not something the family wanted, and it should be explosiveness. No, I should all be necessary for comfort. I can't trust you in anything.
That was his argument. I have nothing positive to say.
It's gonna take me storage.
That's something you might want.
I want to get into the reenactment of this event, and what you suggested that very theory that you just said that you don't have the means.
It's a work of literature designed to call attention to the issue with the hope of getting people out of the woodwork.
Mr. Assange, thank you for taking my call.
literally talks to sponsors.
Reenact is all come from a certain point of view. If you didn't do that, you'd have to put in something else. It's no different than when FX does the People versus O.J. Simpson. You got to pick a point of view. You know, you could do the O.J. trial from any one of 18 different points of view, right?
I think the assumption is from the audience point of view that they're at least basing it on what happened. That here's just evidence at all.
There are lies, damn lies, and then there are statistics.
This guy's a fucking con man. That guy's a fucking con man, piece of shit.